sure hope your day is off to a great start. We're ready to share a little Motivational Monday words of encouragement with you.
Today's topic is Renew Your Commitment to You. Our longtime friend of the show, award-winning author, speaker, and writing coach, Stacy Hawkins Adams, facilitates our conversation. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's awesome to see you
here. Yes. All right. So we have April 1 is usually my official entry into spring, and we are doing it. We've got beautiful weather, but we're also thinking about some of those resolutions and goals that we might have had way back in January, exactly, and might need to renew that commitment that you're talking about.
Exactly. We're here kind of at that 90-day mark when you kind of look back and say, what did I say I was going to do? What did I promise myself? And now is a really good time to reset because we're changing clothes. We're wearing some of our warmer clothes. The sun's out. The days are longer. And so as we reset physically and seasonally, it's a good time for us to reset personally and look at what we promised ourselves and realize we can go back to those things.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to wrap your mind around, as you're saying, like we're in the new clothes, we're doing these things, there's spring cleaning, yes, it's turning over this new leaf in a way. What does that renewal of commitment to you look like? I appreciate it's unique to everybody,
yes,
but what is it we should be focused on this time of year?
You know, I think the main thing or the first thing is that we should give ourselves grace, because a lot of times when we look back at that gym membership that we're paying every month and not honoring, or all those things we said we were going to do or stop doing, and we see that we haven't, there's some guilt there, and sometimes we beat ourselves up. So the first thing is to kind of take a deep breath and say, you know what, it's okay, because every day is a new day, and there's a reason that life is cyclical and that we have seasons, because you've got the fallow season when you rest and you're inside hibernating, and then you've got the spring when you come out, and then we go into summer and fall. So there's a rotation, and we should give ourselves that grace in life. So if we fall off, let's stand back up. If we stop, let's restart. So just like a couple of weeks ago, or last week rather, there was a spring winter storm across a part of America. So even though the calendar said it was spring, winter was holding on. So we should give ourselves grace and start over and just realize, you know what, didn't get it right, but every step forward is a baby step closer to where I want to go.
So a good friend of mine was talking last week about grace and space.
Oh, yeah.
Giving yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of space, and not being afraid to ask others for that grace as well.
Exactly, exactly. You know, in our culture, you have the 15 minutes of fame, and you better be perfect. And if you're not perfect, then the 15 minutes of fame can turn into something else. And so I think that because our culture is wired that way, we also treat ourselves that way. So I love the grace and the space. And also think about just writing down for yourself maybe 4 or 5 things you want to accomplish every month. It could be baby things such as I'm going to get up 15 minutes earlier and meditate, or I'm going to start with a 10-minute walk, and maybe by the end of the month it's 30 minutes. So give yourself the space and grace to create a list of simple things that really can become significant when you add them up cumulatively.
I like that, because I feel like, for many reasons, but I feel like right now, I mean, I'm struggling. I'm looking at April 1 thinking we're already at April 1st. Yes. We've got so much to do. We just did all, like all spirals. But yet at the same time, to your point, there should be some comfort in knowing that these seasons change and that we go through this year after year. So maybe in taking that time to reflect, whether it's meditating, writing these things down, it gives you that point to just be.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say, Jessica, because the other thing is I'm very intentional about being intentional, which means whatever today brings, let me make sure I soak in what the good things are. If there are maybe some not so good things, what are the lessons of this season I'm in? So let me be present in this moment, so then when I get to the next moment, I can enjoy that as well. I was telling you all off camera that my daughter's getting married at the end of this week on Saturday, and my son's graduating college in another month. And folks have asked me, well, how do you feel about having an empty nest? Wow, this is a new chapter. Well, the beautiful thing is I was very intentional every season of parenting. Not that I was perfect at it, but I was very intentional about being present. And what do I need to stop doing so I can be present in that season? What do I need to start doing so I can be present? And so whatever your stage and season of life is, ask yourself, how do I enjoy this moment and enjoy it to the fullest? So when you get to that next moment, you'll have fewer regrets.
I want to let that soak in, gel, and superset, because that really is a great way to approach things.
Yes, yes.
And I think what I'm gathering from this conversation is that we have to slow down a bit, take a moment, take a breath, but understand that it's not going to all happen at once. Exactly. So you might as well take a moment to enjoy what is happening, what is good, and then continue on, understanding you may have an end goal in mind, but it's not going to happen today.
Exactly, and I think that's the beauty of spring, because if we think about it, we're at April 1st. Well, it's still pretty chilly outside now, but in another week it might be warm and it'll get warmer. So spring unfolds, and it's very intentional about how it greets us, you know, as humanity. So I think we could pace ourselves in that same way and understand that, no, it doesn't happen overnight. There are all these fits and starts. There are these steps we can take, and how do we appreciate that beauty right before us, because there will hopefully be more beauty to come.
I want to make the commitment. I'm right of all of these things, but definitely writing them down, taking the moment. Stacy, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it.
And congratulations to you and your family. We're celebrating with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's huge.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you again soon, because we've got to follow up on some of these things that we just talked about.
That's right. Taking the time each week. Oh, as I shuffle everything right off the desk. Each week, Stacy Hawkins Adams sends out Motivational Monday inspiration by email. If you want a little bit more information on how to subscribe, you can visit our show website by early this afternoon, virginiathismorning.com.